Hello, it's Christina Rowe, and welcome to our web class of how to get massive exposure for your business without spending money on ads. Imagine getting more traffic, more leads, more clients, and more money without wasting money on Facebook ads. You can establish yourself as the expert and authority in your niche. So in this web class, I will show you 5 ways to build your brand and your biz with organic traffic. So who am I? If you don't know me, my name is Christina Rowe, and I'm the founder of Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs and Standout Media Group. Now, chances are you most likely are a member of our group. We now have 235,000 plus women entrepreneurs from around the globe. And it's just a really amazing group, very active, very dynamic. If you're not a member, just go over to womenhelpingwomen.group and join today because there's just a wealth of knowledge in there. And we have really amazing, amazing people. And like I said, from just every part of the globe, I mean, countries that I've never even heard of before. I mean, it's amazing what a small world it really is when you're connected online. And as for me, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. This is a little bit of background about me and how I got here. Back in, it's 2003. So that was many years ago. I went through a very, very bad divorce. And in fact, it was so bad, I actually wrote a book about it, 7 Secrets. 7 Secrets to a Successful Divorce, what every woman needs to know. And what had happened was my ex refused to pay any child support for my 4 kids. And at the time, I owned a hair and nail salon, and this was in Old Bridge, New Jersey. So I don't personally do hair or nails, but I was managing and running the salon. At the time, I used to do makeup. And I didn't have a college degree because I started having children very young. I had my first at 18, and then I had 3 more after that. So I didn't have any college degree to fall back upon when I went through this divorce. And at the time we had, a large house, 6 bedrooms. It was recently renovated. And my ex said, you get nothing, basically. And he actually did take off with one of the hairdressers. I'm laughing about it now, but it's a true story. It was the talk of the town back then. So it was really nasty. I mean, it was like one of the most nasty divorces if you can imagine. A lot of really, terrible things happen. I know a lot of women who are watching this right now have probably been in my shoes. And here I had this big house, I had a business, and my ex was like controlling the money and like, you don't get any, not even for the kids. So I was in a dilemma at that point, and I had to reinvent myself. I was 35, and just my life had literally just crumbled and fallen apart within months. I mean, I found out my husband was having an affair. And I had actually had to get a restraining order against him because he twisted my arm and threatened to kill me. And he actually got arrested, and that made it even more uglier. And then my father, who was only 59 at the time, suddenly died of a heart attack on Christmas Eve of that year, like 2 months within all of this going on. So it was just terrible. So I wanted to turn it into something more positive, and I didn't want any other woman to go through what I went through. And that was, not being left like that, not knowing what to do and how to navigate the legal system and the court system. And so that's why I wrote the book. So that led me on a whole other path, which is going to bring you to the current day of why I'm here today. It totally changed my life and for the better. So I wind up selling the business. And moving to Florida with my kids. My ex actually allowed me to take the kids to Florida after we settled the divorce finally. After about 18 months and a tremendous amount of money wasted on lawyers, he agreed to settle, thankfully. So I moved to Florida, and now I had this book that I had self-published. And I remember deciding at the time when I wrote the book, I was like, okay, am I going to go get a publisher or should I self-publish? And that's what led me into online marketing. That's where I took the path. I decided to sign up for an online marketing. It was at like a workshop, and it was in Atlanta, Georgia, with an internet marketer named Matt Basic, and it was 3 days. And he actually gave us a laptop as part of our workshop. It was part of the course. And I knew nothing. I wasn't techie. I knew nothing about computers or anything before that. And I learned that weekend how to build what we call a squeeze page, a lead magnet page. And that was back in 2006. And we had something called Front Page, which you may have never even heard of, and that's obsolete now. That was the software that we had used to create it. So this led me on the path of helping other self-published authors with online marketing because I immersed myself in the online marketing world. I really just loved it. I started promoting my book exclusively online. I had it on Amazon, but I was, doing everything online, marketing it, learning how, and I just went full force into that. And then other women started approaching me saying, "Oh, can you help me?" Other authors and just other business owners. So that led to me, helping other women with online marketing. And then I winded up meeting two women who were business partners, and we started a women's organization doing events in South Florida. So the other two women, and it was one partner after that, we, for many years, did live events. Sometimes we had up to 400 people. We had speakers like Les Brown. We had, we had these big events and luncheons, and we used to do weekly breakfast networking events, all basically in person. And that lasted for several years. So that was a really interesting experience because we, putting on events and, I always say doing events is not for the faint-hearted, let me tell you, especially large events when you have sponsors and vendor tables and, we just did it all. And so that was really exciting. And that's what led me to create Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. At the time, our organization was called Women Helping Women Mastermind. And so I created Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs officially in 2016. So with 1,000 women who were mostly local to South Florida, the group started on Facebook. And now, like I told you before, it's now 200 over. As you are listening to this, it's probably even more because we grow every day tremendously. So 235,000 plus. Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. You may look at the group and they might, be way over that, but as the time of this recording, that's what the number is. So it's been quite an adventure, and I never imagined myself being here. I mean, I don't know if that's ever happened to you. Like you're like, if you thought back 15, 16 years ago, I'm like, where will I be in 15 years? Like, I wouldn't have imagined this. I wouldn't, if you told me you're going to have, an online group with, 235,000 women from across the globe. And I would be like, what? And especially back in 2003, we didn't even have Facebook. Technology has changed so tremendously. So my whole divorce winded up being a huge blessing. I mean, I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank God it happened. Even though it was awful, but it led to so many opportunities. And I once wrote a blog post called "Thank You to the Other Woman." Thank you, thank you, thank you. I might laugh about it now. In hindsight, if you're just newly divorced, you one day you will reach this point, hopefully too. And it does get better. And my divorce, thank goodness, I'm very happy that things turned out the way they did because it was all meant to be. Things always happen for a reason, even though it was a very painful experience. So that's a little bit about me. And just going a little further, which all that led to was my father was a manager in the music business. Okay. He started off when I was after I was born, singing, believe it or not. He was in a group called the Caprice. Now, you guys are probably the Caprice. You guys are probably too young. This was like I was born 1968, so this was a group. They had a one hit called "There's a Moon Out Tonight," and he started off singing with them, and which then led to him becoming a manager. So he managed many different artists during his lifetime. And like I said, you guys are probably too young to know these names, but he managed Tommy James, he managed Gary U.S. Bonds, he managed Ace Frehley from Kiss. I mean, these are all, in a different era. So if you're younger than 45, you probably don't know who I'm talking about. But the point is that he, obviously as the personal manager, he knew the power of publicity, and I grew up around that. I grew up hanging around with Bruce Springsteen. He actually did a song with Gary U.S. Bonds that became a big hit in 1981, and my father actually orchestrated that. And so I got to meet him on several occasions. So I knew about celebrity and about publicity from my dad. And I wondered when I had my book why authors, speakers, and coaches and entrepreneurs didn't have managers too. I remember thinking that very distinctly when I wrote my book. I'm like, I wish I had someone like my father, who he had passed away at 59, so he did not live to see me write this book. But I'm like, I wish I had someone like him to actually, get me publicity, manage me, get me exposure in front of people. And that got me to thinking, how could I promote other women to my followers? Okay, so I have been for the last few years, even before the group, I have a big following on LinkedIn as well. I have like over 26,000 connections there. And I always thought, like, how could I, promote other women? And so that's what led me to creating the Standout Online Membership Program. And if you're not familiar with that, I'm going to tell you about that at the end, a little more about that. But basically, what I do is other than helping women entrepreneurs, is I get women exposure for their businesses. I put them in front of our 235,000 plus members. And like I said, we'll talk about that in a little bit. So let's get to the actual web class here. Okay, 5 ways to build, and I see I made an error here. You brand, no, it's your brand and your biz with organic traffic. Okay. It's funny how you don't see these things until, you just go blind to it. And now I'm just seeing and I'm like, oh goodness. So you don't have to email me or tell me that I made an error here. I see it. Okay. So the number one thing, the first thing, okay, is to build tribes with groups. And that is what I did, obviously, with the Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs group. But before that, I do have another group in South Florida, the South Florida Business Owners Networking Group, which has about 16,000 plus South Florida business owners. And that was even before the large group. And I have so many smaller groups. I have groups with, anywhere from, a couple thousand to a couple hundred people in it. And you don't want to negate the power of a group. And even if you don't think it's large, okay, you don't have, 200,000 plus people, that's all right. You may have a couple hundred people in there. It's still very valuable. You could have 50 people and it could still be very valuable to your business. So you want to build tribes with groups, and not only on Facebook. Okay. Facebook is great for groups. LinkedIn, we have we just started our LinkedIn group. We have like a little over 1,000 there. LinkedIn groups aren't as great. I mean, Facebook groups really are the best place, but you do also want to duplicate your groups over on LinkedIn. And we also just recently created a group on Mighty Networks, which is off of social media completely, and it's a great place to put content. So we're giving all our free videos and trainings there, because it's very hard on Facebook under units, if you notice, to be able to see anything. So the first thing you want to do is build tribes with groups. So you want to start a Facebook group initially, and you may have one already. And you may think, nobody interacts in my Facebook group. And honestly, when the Facebook group is young, and I'll say like 1,000, even 2,000 members, you sometimes will not have a lot of interaction. It takes like a tipping point of, a lot of people, or maybe you do have if you're on a subject that is like very specific, you may have only like a couple hundred people and have a very active group. Now I'll give you some examples. Now, I'm in a whole bunch of other people's Facebook groups, and I'm in several for pets. When unfortunately my dog Luigi, who was a Maltese, I was in a Maltese group, and he got congestive heart failure. So I was in the congestive heart failure group for dogs. And that has, I don't know how many members they have, but it's extremely active with people, very passionately asking how they can help their dogs and their animals. So any type of passionate type of group, pet owners and things like that, people are going to be very active. I'm in another group for migraines, 2 of them actually, for migraine support. So those type of groups, when people have a problem they're looking to solve, will tend to get more traction and interaction. So what you want to do is, before you create your group, or if you have a group now, you may want to consider rebranding or renaming it. Find the pain point of your target audience. I really am baffled still today. So many women I speak to will tell me, I'm like, who's your target market? And they'll say everyone. I'm like, no, 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 no. Everyone is not your target market. Well, they'll say women entrepreneurs. Okay, women entrepreneurs are your target market, but which ones? Are they women entrepreneurs with established businesses who are speakers and coaches? Or are they women entrepreneurs who have brick and mortar businesses? Are they women entrepreneurs who are looking for a side hustle and work a full-time job and want to start and just starting out a new business? Are they in a multi-level marketing business? I mean, there's so many different variations. So I'm just giving you that as an example. You want to zone in first. Who exactly are you looking for? And then you want to zone in what is the problem that you solve. What is their problem? Now, it's obvious when somebody has a migraine headache, gets migraines like I do, you would do anything for relief. And you're going to, get together with other women who are also suffering with migraine headaches and see what's working for everybody. You're going to be asking questions. So think about, what is the pain in your industry? What pain are they suffering from? The women in your industry, or men, or whoever you're targeting, what is their top pain? And then what you want to do is you want to go over to Facebook and you want to do a search. What you want to do is you want to search and see what the top groups already are in the industry and what they've named it. And the simplest names are really the best. I see so many people getting very fancy and using their brand names for their groups. And you want to look what's going to come up in the search. Okay, what is going to be, you want the word that is going to be searchable. Like when I went to look for, my dog had congestive heart failure, I put congestive heart failure for dogs, and lo and behold, a group called Congestive Heart Failure for Dogs came up. It didn't say, anything with fancy name that didn't relate to that. So that's a big mistake I see people doing too, because people are not going to be able to find your group if you don't have it to be searchable in Facebook. So make sure that you're, number one, solving a pain problem point with your group and putting that in the title of the group and in the description of the group. And another tip, what you want to do is you're going to want to get your group going by asking questions, interacting, and doing it every day. And if you go to the Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs group, you will see that we have, every day we have a different topic. So Monday is share your business. Tuesday is share your free gift offer. We have Wednesdays is share your business page. Thursdays is share your products and services. And Fridays is share Instagram and Pinterest. And we just added Saturdays, share your side hustle, work from home, because we get a lot of requests for that. And this is all under the post. They can't just post this as post. It's got to be under our designated post. That's an announcements. So you want to create that kind of interaction. You always want to be asking group members questions. Another way to get small groups' attention is to tag your members. If you have a question or an event or something you want them to know about, if it's small, obviously you can't tag hundreds or thousands of people, but, if you have a small group starting out, get those group members interacting by tagging them so they come back to the group. And you're going to want to, create events as well. Events is a great way to get, because you can invite all members of small groups, not large groups. So if you have a group with 100 or 200 people, you can hit that invite all, and it will invite all those people. And then you can remind them and message them. So that's another way to get your group's attention by creating an event. And the event could be something that's technically maybe even not really an event, but it's something like you're sharing a special class or something that you want to share with them. So those are just some tips. I could go on and do, an entire, 6-week, which I'm actually going to be creating a program about groups in the near future. It's obviously very more complicated and deep than that, but I want you to take those tips and I want you to start a Facebook group. And start building those tribes, and just make sure, again, just to recap, you want to have a really great searchable name for your group. Okay. You want to make sure that it's something some people are going to search for. It solves a pain point, know who you're targeting, and make sure you engage and interact daily with your group, even several times a day. Okay, so the next would be create a strong online presence and be everywhere. This is that word omnipresence that you hear. Okay, that means you have a clear, concise brand that's recognizable and it's on Facebook. It's on your Facebook page, your Facebook personal profile. It's over on LinkedIn. You're on Twitter. You're on Instagram. Now, this doesn't mean, and LinkedIn doesn't mean that you have to be putting your focus, your attention everywhere. You want to focus where your tribe is hanging out. But you can have profiles set up. This way, when people do Google searches, you will come up, like LinkedIn and Facebook come up right away. So you definitely want to have those. And you want to have your backgrounds, your cover images professionally done. Don't try to do it yourself. If you're not a designer and you're not talented with graphic design, hire somebody and create a consistent brand. People do Google you to see who you are. So you want to be able to come up in the first page of Google for your name. And a good way to do that, like I said, is to have your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook page and profile, and your name. So those things at least rank. And if you can get your name as a domain name, like I have ChristinaRowe.com, that's really important too. So being omnipresent and sharing great content and being having a strong online presence and brand is really important, because people do, judge a book by the cover. So you want to make sure that your brand looks really great so people have that confidence in you. Number 3, always include a call to action to a sales funnel. Okay. This is just the biggest mistake I see being made right now. And I see it just with so many of our group members. They try so hard. They're working so hard. They're posting on social media. They're making videos and doing great content and blog posts and articles, and they're not making any sales. And the reason is, when you go to the website that they have, 9 out of 10 times, it's a brochure type website. And what that means is basically it's like giving somebody a brochure, one of those bifold things that open up to, all the different folds, and you don't read it. That's what your website is. Okay. It's people don't buy when they're confused, and a confused mind never buys, is what I've been taught from day one with internet marketing. Your website should do one action, one thing. So you should be leading your people to a landing page, a lead magnet, squeeze page, get the email address page in for a free gift. Then that automatically goes to an upsell. And that goes to a thank you page and a checkout page and so on. So you need to have a sales funnel. It's super, super important. I don't know, anybody tells you otherwise, to be successful online, I'm sorry, you do need to have a sales funnel. You need a system. You need to have those pages. You need to be building your list by giving something away of value. And you need to have a sales letter with great copy. If you don't have all this with the call to action, you're not going to get anybody to go anywhere. And I also see a lot of people write articles or blog posts, and there's no call to action. They don't put at the end, get my free, or go here and I'll help you, or book a strategy session. You need to have that call to action. It's really, really important. Another thing is, of course, is to go live and share videos. Video is hands down, I've been saying this for the last couple of years, is the most important thing you could be doing now in online marketing. It's huge. Facebook live videos get, they get much more views than uploaded videos. Live is really important. You can now go live on LinkedIn. I don't know if it's rolled out to everyone yet, but LinkedIn, you can go live. You need to be sharing video. Video is where it is at. Whether it's short little videos or long videos, you need to be doing lots of video and put that video everywhere. You go live, you take it, you then download it. You did it on your phone, let's say you shared it in a group, upload it to a page. Better yet, go live on your page and share it right into the group. This way you can use that for Facebook retargeting later on. And then you can take that same video, upload it to YouTube. You can share it on LinkedIn. You can share it in multiple places and repurpose that video. And so it's really important to go live and go live often. And if you're shy and if you don't want to be on camera, you could do what I'm doing right now. I'm talking over slides. You can talk over, the internet. You can do a screen capture, and you can use useloom.com, or I'm using right now Screenomatic, which I love. Screenomatic. It's a very good tool, and I've been using it for years, and it's I think $30 a year or something crazy like that. It's super cheap. So you do want to go live and share videos if you want to build your brand and biz and get organic traffic, and have a call to action on those lives. Okay, number 5, teach what you know and share your story. So this is really important. Again, it's all in your content strategy. You want to teach what you know, what you are the expert at, what you want to be known for. And you want to share that, and you want to share it freely and share your story freely. And you want to repurpose your content. And when I wrote my book, going back to my book, I had taken every chapter of that book and broken it down into articles and spread it all throughout the internet with a call to action to sell my book. That's how I got sales. Okay, I posted everywhere there was to have articles. So people said, well, you just gave away your whole book for free. No, it didn't. It doesn't work that way. People don't look at it that way. They still will buy the book. They're getting a piece of it. And I also took those same articles and I recorded videos for my YouTube channel and made videos out of them. So I repurposed it. Nowadays, this was back when I was doing the book years ago, but now what I do is I will do step further. I will take a blog post, turn it into a video, turn it into a podcast. And now another thing, just going back to video for a second, IGTV, which is fairly new to Instagram, getting a lot of views. I've been taking podcasts and actually turning them into videos using Headliner.app. And I turned it into a little video, and it has to be under 10 minutes long for IGTV. And I turned it into a video, and I put it up on IGTV and link it to my Instagram account. And you're allowed to put a link, which is really cool on IGTV. You can't on Instagram. And then I wind up getting like 1,600 listens, views on there. I mean, it's free traffic. It's free traffic. So you want to do that. And you just want to teach what you know in these things. So teaching what you know and sharing your story is so powerful. Share your background, your story, and what you know and how, again, you solve other people's problems, in your target market. So just to recap again, we'll just go over this really fast, these 5 ways, okay, is number 1, you want to have a Facebook group. And let's, build your tribe, have a Facebook group, a LinkedIn group. If your peeps are more on LinkedIn, Facebook's a little easier. LinkedIn's a really pain in the neck to invite people. They have a horrible system. Facebook, you'll get more traction, when you're starting out, and they're actually very big. Facebook incorporated groups into their mission statement. I was at the Facebook Community Summit. I was invited back in February. 400 of us from across the world were invited to Facebook headquarters. And, that's how serious they are about groups. So that's why I say Facebook is a great place for you to start your group. And then you could take them to other platforms as well. But you do want to have that and have a tribe. You want to create I'll just go back here so I don't forget any of these here, just to recap for you. A strong online presence. Again, your brand is important. Your overall persona online of who you are. You don't want to have people check you out and go to your personal profile and your background image is a potted plant or fly. I see that, or the ocean, and then there's nothing in there about you. That's another mistake people make. People are going to don't underestimate how people are going to check you out before they buy from you. So if they go over to, let's say they go and they see, oh, you look great, but then they go over to your personal profile and they see that you don't have any links to your business page. There's nothing there. That's going to be a turn off. Or they go to your business page and you haven't optimized that either. You need every part of it filled out. You need to optimize, because these are your real estate online, your social media profiles. Same thing over Twitter, and, just have these things set up, and then concentrate most importantly on the platform where your tribe is. And you can use a service like Buffer or Hootsuite to just shoot out content to the sites that you don't pay much attention to, like Twitter. I have not that many, a couple thousand on Twitter. I never go on Twitter, but I do post every day on Twitter by using Buffer. Okay, but I never actually spend any time there because I really don't like Twitter, to be honest. I've never liked it. But I do spend time on Instagram. I have about 8,600 followers over there. and because I like Instagram and I like Facebook and I like LinkedIn. So those are the three I like. I have Pinterest. We have our Pinterest board with our Standout Online members on it, and we get like 30,000 views a month on there. I never really barely go on Pinterest. So that just gets posted automatically. Sorry if you hear barking or noise in the background. It's my puppy, Lola. She's liking to make noise while I'm talking. Of course, right? Just like kids. So that's really important. Hire a designer, create that strong online presence, and be everywhere. Always include the call to action to a sales funnel. You really have to invest in a funnel system. If you don't have one, I prefer ClickFunnels. The One Funnel Away Challenge is an amazing way to learn ClickFunnels for $100. So you can contact me if you want a link to that. But definitely you have to have a sales funnel. Super, super important if you want to be successful online. I'll just put it bluntly. It's just, you want to make sales, you need to have a sales funnel. You need to be building your list. Don't underestimate the power of your email list. I actually do dabble a little bit in Facebook ads, but I've built a list without Facebook ads. I have over 100,000, I believe, on my list right now. Okay. I didn't get any of those from Facebook ads. Okay. This is all organically, mostly from the group. Because one of the things I didn't mention prior, and I'm just assuming everybody knows this, but the power of the group is that you can ask those 3 questions. And one of those questions can be, would you like a free training, gift, class, or whatever? Put your email address. Not everybody's going to do it, but the ones that do are interested, and you can put those into your whether you use MailChimp, I use ClickFunnels, whether you use GetResponse, any of the things, and you're building your list. So that's just really, really huge. And I just take for granted that everybody knows that. I know many of you do not know how to do that, but there's 3 questions your Facebook allows you to ask. And one of those questions, you need to ask for an email address. Okay, so recap again, go live, share videos, super important. You will get much more organic traffic and have that call to action. And 5, teach what you know and share your story. So I want to tell you a little bit about the Standout Online membership program and how to leverage it. Now it says, and get your business in front of. Now it says, again, I just created these slides last week, and you see it says 233,000. There's 235,000. So we have about 2,500 more in just, this was literally not even a week ago. That's how fast the numbers change on this. And I want to tell you what the program is, because a lot of people ask me, they don't understand fully what exactly this program is. So we have various vehicles that you can leverage when you're a member. Each month, you can do a Facebook Live in front of the 235,000 plus members, which is puts you in the spotlight, because we don't allow any of the group members to go live except for Standout Online members. We also give you a business spotlight with a link to your website. You fill that out with a graphic with your picture, and we spotlight you every month. You get a free gift guide. That you've probably seen it if you're in the group. Every Tuesday, we have a website where we put your picture, your gift offer, and a link to the gift offer. So we promote that so you can build your list. You can also submit a pre-recorded class on your expertise that I take that and I do a couple things with it. I take it and I run it as a Facebook Live back to the group. So technically you're getting 2 Facebook Lives if you take advantage of this. So your class becomes the class of the day. Today's free class, and I put your name, and you can put if you want to include a link to your lead magnet for that, I suggest that as well. And then I take it and it goes on our YouTube channel. Then I take that class and we're putting it now in the womenhelpingwomen.support, which is our new Mighty network. So you're going over there as well. So it's getting repurposed and getting shared in multiple places. It also goes under units for our business classes, and so does your Facebook Live. It goes under units in the group and stays there. You also get a monthly blog post. Okay, so each month on our womenhelpingwomen.biz website, you can have your blog published. And you get a monthly podcast episode as well on our Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs podcast, which is all over. It's on all the 10 major platforms, iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, all the major ones. We also do virtual masterminds, which we've been doing weekly, so you can meet other members. And just going back to the podcast, what I've been doing lately is I actually been reading podcasts by our members as blog posts, as podcasts. So I read it, record it, put it up as a podcast, and then I take it, I share it everywhere to all my social media followers, all my platforms. And then I also turn it into a video, and it goes on IGTV. So it's a lot of exposure for just making a blog post, even if you don't want to actually record your own podcast episode. So we do virtual masterminds, which are fantastic. That's with our private members only, where we talk about our challenges that we're having with our business, masterminding and brainstorming that. We do goal setting. We even have a goal setting workbook that you can print out, a new one every single month. We're going to be having an upcoming virtual summit, which is going to be another fantastic way to feature our Standout Online members, where you could submit a 30-minute class, and it's going to be evergreen, and you're going to have a link to your website, to your lead magnet with that class, and that's going to be heavily promoted to the Women Helping Women Entrepreneur members. And we do something really fun every month. Our Standout Online members are expert panelists on our Women Helping Women live show. And we just did another one recently, and we all get on and our theme has been up-level your business success, share tips, hacks, and resources to grow your business. And we're getting such great feedback on this. Everyone loves this show, and you could be on the show when you're a member as well. So again, we were talking again about, I just want to give you this here about saving time and repurposing content. So this is what with members they can do. If you write blog posts or articles already, you just copy and paste it into our blog post form. So if you're telling me, I don't have any time, to do these things, this is how easy it is. Do you already have a content filled video on your expertise? You just send the video in an MP4 format, and I run it as a Facebook Live. You don't have time to do the podcast, you send us our script or blog post, and we'll read it and turn it into a podcast episode for you. Can you commit to 30 minutes a month for a Facebook Live? Save the video of your live, and we will upload it to our YouTube channel and Mighty Network. So we really try to make it really easy for you. We also post, this is brand new, we're posting blog posts on LinkedIn as articles and on your Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs business page. So, you could spend thousands of dollars a month on Facebook ads and not get this much exposure in front of your target audience of female entrepreneurs. Why? Because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And this is the big issue. When you're doing ads, unless you have a custom audience that people know you already, they don't know you. So the trust factor is not there. But when you're in a group and you're being featured on a Facebook Live, you're going every month, you're going live, and they're seeing your blog posts, and they're seeing your podcast episodes, and they're getting exposure to you. You're going to be perceived as an expert, and you're going to be perceived as someone who's more trustworthy that they want to do business with. That's just how we operate. We naturally want to do business with people we know, like, and trust. Publicists charge $1,500 a month, and that's with no guarantee to get any publicity. Facebook ads run into the hundreds to thousands of dollars and are often very unsuccessful. You probably know how many people you feel. You probably have felt like you've flushed money right down the toilet when you've done Facebook ads. But the Standout Online membership program, it's only $97 a month. So you get a huge value for a very small amount of money. All of that and more, actually, because there's daily get it done in under 5-minute videos. There's weekly classes. There's really just a ton of value for a very small amount And there's no commitment. The only commitment we ask is that you have to give us 7 days notice prior to your billing, because we do pre-schedule out all of the spotlights in advance. So in order for this at this price to work, that's what our only requirement is, that we do that. And it is that people tell me this is priced way too low, but I want to keep it affordable. I want to give women the opportunity to take advantage of this. This could easily go for a lot more money, and hopefully I'll be able to keep this price. But it is a tremendous opportunity of exposure. Like you said, you could waste $100 in ads and not have nowhere near the type of exposure you're going to get with this program. So I'm going to just show you over here really quickly here. This is just where I'm going to send you to with the link here if you'd like to sign up and become a member. Just some of the things that we do here. We've got our Get It Done classes, our Get It Done daily videos. We have all of these different things in our private Facebook group. And of course, we're going to have our virtual summit coming up as well. This is our free gift. Stand Out Online members, and here are just some of the different things here. We've got our directory, and let me just go down here. Well, I'm going to send you right to this as well. So these are just some of the classes I've already done about creating Facebook Messenger bots, setting up your email nurture series, lead magnet client attraction creation, create custom Facebook audience, how to dramatically use Facebook groups to grow your business. So I have all these classes. It's about, gosh, I can't even tell you how many videos we've have already. Just, you'll get immediate access to all of these videos. So you can see here some of our members just saying that, this has been just really helped them with their businesses, and they've gotten great opportunities from this, and they're building relationships with each other. And it's just an amazing vehicle for you to use to be able to get the traffic and the exposure without having to start from scratch and do it all yourself. And that seems to be the biggest problem I see, is that, it is a lot of work. I've been doing this now for 15 years. So, well, is it 15 years? 2000? No, not quite 15 years, almost, but I've been doing this a long time. Let's put it that way. So I know it works, and I know it's a lot easier to take advantage of these features. And I'll pull up our directory really fast too. Let me see if I can get this here. It's a lot easier for you to take advantage of this than for you to try to do this yourself from scratch and spend a fortune on Facebook ads. One of the other things we do too is we have our members groups here. So when you're a member, we link to your Facebook group. So that helps you get more people as well. So just show you this really quickly. And I know we're already at almost 45 minutes. I don't want to make this too long. So just some of our women here in our featured directories. You can see here when you click on here, and then you'll see the actual directory here, and then it links all over on this side here. And then we have our blog posts as well, like I said, that we repurpose, and these are just some of our blog posts here as well. So I do hope that you will take what you learned today and start implementing it. Remember the 5 ways to get, organic traffic and massive exposure for your business, and start working them every day, because it's really important. It is a lot of work. Online marketing is a lot of work, but it's well worth it. Promoting your business and getting exposure, it takes time, but you can do it if you put in the effort. And then I do hope you will join the Stand Out Online program and save yourself, the hassle of trying to, like I said, trying to build these audiences yourself. If your audience is women entrepreneurs, then you should be in the Stand Out Online membership program, because we're going to put you right in front of your target audience, and you're going to get that exposure. And but you have to use the benefits. It doesn't work if you don't work it. So I'm not saying you have to watch all the, we 65 classes or more, that we have. And every day I do daily get it done in 5-minute video. But you definitely need to do the Facebook Live and the blog posts and hopefully the podcasts, and participate in our live shows, because that's been tremendous too. Participate as much as you can. You got to put the effort in if you want the rewards. It's not nothing's going to work for you if you don't do anything, if you don't submit your forms, if you don't give us the information so we can promote you. You have to put yourself out there. And again, with the classes, you can go back and learn about funnels and all sorts of things that you can learn about too, that if you're starting out and you don't know how to start, you can definitely do that and contact me, and I can help you as well. Like I said, I do suggest the One Funnel Away Challenge, which is really great, which I'm leading actually a group of women from our group through right now. But I would love to see you join us as a member. And the website again is at Standout Online System /get-featured, which I'll have the link for you. And just join us and fill out the forms. You're getting all of this, and it's, like I said, if you work this, if you do it, it doesn't take that much time. But you're going to get, a huge advantage if you do it correctly. Again, you need to have go back to what I said in this class about the 5 things. You need to get that sales funnel set up. You need to lead people, call to action, and have a great brand. But we want to put you in front of our members and give you the exposure for your business without you having to do all the work and spend all the money, trying to master ads. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, you can send me an email at Christina@ChristinaRowe.com. And I do hope that I will see you inside the Standout Online membership program.